Welcome to this week's session with the Putnam County District Library, where we're looking at what is new in Waze. As we look at this week, please keep in mind that this project is supported in whole or part by the Federal Institute and Museum and Library Services Funds. It's granted through the State Library of Ohio. The opinions expressed herein do not necessarily reflect the positions or policy of the IMLS or the State Library of Ohio, and no official endorsement by either agency should be inferred. So now let's take a look at Waze. It's a community-based navigation app that provides real-time traffic, route guidance, and road alerts for drivers. So today we're going to take a look at the settings, what else available here as you use Waze, and how you can adjust and change things. In the settings, the first is general, and general we're not really going to go into because that's just simply where you pick your language. However, at the map display, this is where you can change dark mode and your icons and a lot more of the features that might be available with in the map that you could adjust, change accordingly. Notice there's 3D, 2D. There's even the ability to shut off other Wazers if you so choose. With voice and sound, you can change the type of voice. You can actually change the volume as well as you can mute if you were to ever receive a phone call during and while you're using Waze. Under driving preferences with navigation, you can make it that you would maybe want to turn off and you do not want. Currently, I have mine off, but you could turn it on to avoid toll roads. You can ferries, different freeways, unpaved roads. You can choose which type of travel you would like to have in terms of the experience with the different roads you would be on. The next item down is vehicle details, where you would actually choose your vehicle type, be it a private, be it taxi, if it's an electric, as well as you can put in here your preferred gas type. So when you're traveling and it shows gas stations, that could be helpful. I'm going to skip over toll and HOV passes. That's just if you have those. You could go in and set those to the specific type of tolls and then pass on through. However, I'm going to go down to the next one, which is alerts and reports, where if you go to alerts and reports, you get to the reports where you can choose all of these different items that you want to have viewable on your map as you're traveling. So, a car on the shoulder, for example, would be one. Gas stations, their gas type, even the brand. If you go to a certain gas station, you can list that and the distance that you would want to be able to know ahead of time is available. So your speedometer is available. If you want to have that viewable or not, that is an option with Waze. As you scroll down your settings, there are additional under notifications. I'm going to look at plan drives and just show there how you can do the timing. You can connect it to a calendar if you have a time you're leaving in the future that you want to set now, as well as you can make it that you in terms of making your time frame so that you can leave a little bit, like give me 10 minutes leeway before I need to leave on my Waze trip. And then an additional feature that's been added that I think is great is under reminders, you can now set what do they call a child reminder app. Again, you can have it turned on or off, but is fantastic. If you have children, you can leave yourself so that when your route ends, it comes up with a message saying, check the car, make sure you've got your child, or for that matter, a pet. You could make your message for. But it's a newer feature that's been added that as a reminder of remember what's in that back seat. Again, those are some of the majority of the features, not all that are available. I just highlighted what I've kind of view as the ones that stand out. But please keep in mind that this project is supported in whole by the Federal Institute of Museum and Library Services Funds. and it's granted through the State Library of Ohio. Hope everyone has a fantastic week. See you next week.